Hello there! Another perfect, absolutely beautiful fall day. This is just, and the trees are magnificent. It's phenomenal. Anyway, I'm sitting outside. It's 14 degrees or somewhere close to that. And I'm kind of in the shade, so it's a little cooler, but man, it's a beautiful, beautiful day. And so we just finished Thanksgiving. I can't believe we've already had Thanksgiving. My daughter and her husband and my grandchild were here for the weekend, along with our son, and my daughter and her daughter are staying over till the end of the week, which is really exciting. So we've been spending a lot of time outside, and it's been awesome. Anyway, so last week we started talking about values and kind of how important they were, and that's how important they are. And then I suggested a kind of an exercise. I sent an email out to the people who subscribed to my email, and it contained a list of core values. And so we did a little exercise of getting all those core values figured out and thinking about them and that sort of thing. And we circled them on the list, and then hopefully got them down to the most important 3 and even down to the most important 1. And then we kind of examined why. Why are these values, these particular values, so important to us? Are these values that we have formed on our own? Are they values that we've received from other people? Are they values that have kind of occurred because of circumstances? So we've done that exercise, and well, some people have done that exercise. I hope you have. It's really critical to know what your values, core values are, and we'll discuss that a little more today. So once we've done that exercise and we know what our core values are, then we know why they are our core values. Now, what I have people do is write something called a values statement. Now, what's the point in a values statement? I know what my values are, so what's the big deal? Well, when you write down things, there's something that happens in your brain. I could go into the details, but I don't think there's any point. Basically, something happens in your brain, and they become something that is something that is at the forefront of your mind. It gets sort of cemented in your brain. And then what happens is when you actually write down a values statement, which basically is, this is what I value, and this is how I'm going to conduct myself according to those values. Now, I'll give you an example. I don't believe people should smoke cigarettes. That's one of my values. It's not the value, but it is one of my values. And because of that, I will not support people who smoke. When I say I not support, I mean, if people smoke, I'm not going to turf them out of my life. That's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is if they want to go buy cigarettes or something like that and they can't get there, or I will not loan money to people who want to buy cigarettes. I will not sell cigarettes to people. So that's how much of a value it is to me, how important it is to me that people don't smoke, just as an example. So what that means then for my life is then, if I needed a job, for example, if I quit coaching or something like that, or I needed a job, then there are places that I cannot work because I refuse to sell cigarettes. So that could be grocery stores, convenience stores, those kinds of places. So that narrows down where I would try and work. And that can be a really good thing. That can be a really, really, really good thing, because then decisions around those values becomes very, very simple. There's a friend of mine, no, he's not really a friend of mine, but if you're on live, just say hi in the comments. And if you're watching this on the replay, say hashtag replay. I'd really appreciate if you did that. And then also tell me what you think of today's, today's talk. And did you get the homework or the exercises done last week? So anyway, back to what we were saying. Decisions become so much simpler, and this person that I know, this individual that I know, he's a multimillionaire. Lucky him. He's worked long and hard at it. So he used to get people to try to have him endorse their books, and for a while he had, I will endorse people's books under these circumstances, and one of them is that you've actually purchased my books, and that you have, I'll have to read your book to determine whether I agree with you. I would have to know more about you, etc., etc. But he was getting so many of them, and it was really, really difficult to try and get through all that. But he wanted to be reasonable, and he wanted to be kind, and he wanted to help people. But it was just totally out of hand. And so he just decided one day that I am not going to endorse anyone's books, nobody's books. So he told one of his call them minions, one of his staff, that if an email came in, that somebody wanted to endorse a book, wanted him to endorse their book, they were to answer, no thank you. We don't endorse anyone's books. It's nothing personal. It's just a decision that we've made. And he didn't have to look at like half his emails. It cut that way down. And he didn't feel bad, because it wasn't anything personal. It was just a value he held, that he valued his time, and that he just wouldn't endorse anyone's books. And that made that decision so much easier. He never gets emails about endorsements for books. So he's freed up tons of time that he would have had to have done all this work. So there are real advantages to having the values in place. The other thing is to, especially with people who don't necessarily agree with your values. Like, for instance, somebody would say to me, what do you mean you can't work at a grocery store? Like, come on. Just because you don't want to sell cigarettes? Well, that's the way it is. It's nothing against the grocery store. It's nothing against anything else. It's just what I value. And frankly, if you don't like what I value, okay. Maybe there's something that you value that I don't think is valuable. We're all different. But it just tells other people about your character. It tells people about what you're about. So there's so many advantages to this. So this values statement is also a reminder to you about integrity. It's so easy to let those values slip when someone else is trying to talk you out of that value. Maybe it's not that important, but you know what? If it's important to you, then it is important, and you need to stand strong in that. It's like boundaries. You set a boundary for a reason. You need to keep those boundaries. Now, a lot of it has to do with communication too, with how you communicate your values. You don't want to just tell people off like, I don't want to do this, so like back off and don't be a jerk. You don't want it. Communication is very, very important. Excuse me, I still have that cough from when I had COVID. Anyway, so a value statement really helps you cement those values into your life and help you to live your life to those values. Hey, how are you doing, Ellen? It's so good to see you. I'm so glad you could join me. I'm talking about the values again, the second part, and what we do. We make a values statement and how it affects our lives. And so that's part of the statement. So hopefully you'll go back and watch the rest of it, and you'll get more out of it. So having that value statement helps other people understand where you're coming from. It helps you to stand your ground, because then it's nothing personal against the other person. If they don't like it, it's nothing personal. It's just, this is the way I am. Off with the puppy. Oh, not a bad cold. Shoot. Well, at least it's not COVID, thank goodness. I'm glad you're good. That's awesome. And I hope you had a really good Thanksgiving. I saw lots of people at your table. That's awesome. And so this value statement, these values, living from your values, values-based decisions, that's a really big thing. But so think in terms of those values, how important they are to you, and how you plan to show people your values kindly with good communication. And if you're having troubles with those, I can always help you with that. That's one of the things I do is help you go through that. But a value statement is really important. 20 people. Oh my goodness. Well, I'm so glad you're still negative. Yes, I'm so glad. That's great. Stay that way. I just had COVID. I guess this is 3 weeks ago now, almost 3 weeks ago now. And I don't wish that on anybody. Nah. I don't wish it on anyone. So, yeah. So keep well. And, so think long and hard about this value statement, because it can make your life so much easier. So much easier. Like all aspects of your life, so much easier when you get those values down pat and you know why you value those things, and then you make a statement according to that. Dave had at the beginning of September. Shoot. I know my daughter and her daughter just got over that just the last week or so. Just a cold, stuffy, runny nose, the whole works, but tested negative, thank goodness. Because then we got to see them, and they're still here this week, so it's pretty exciting. So if you need help with the values statement or anything like that, or contact me. You can contact me by email. You can Facebook, direct message me any way you want, and we can chat about those things. But I think values are very, very, very key in living a really good life. And next week we'll start talking about our beliefs, which is another, to me, a foundation piece in living a great life. Oh, Dave had COVID, not a cold. Oh, shoot. Oof. Oh, that's too bad. And he didn't give it to you. It's funny how that has happened. I gave it to Chris. Simon gave it to me. I gave it to Chris, but Chris wasn't too badly off, so that wasn't too bad. Simon was a little rough, but I still have this darn cough from it. Hopefully I'll get rid of it. Oh, good. I'm glad he's okay now. Good. Yeah, so happy Thanksgiving. I know it's over. It's okay. I hope everything was well with everyone and had lots of things to be thankful for. And we shall talk next week about beliefs. I will put in the comments my contact information. How could I forget? The book, my book that I co-authored is going to print. It is on its way to print. So it's not on Amazon. It's strictly through me. And again, I've got a waiting list. I've got a few people on a waiting list now. And I will have the books in my hot little hands, maybe in a week. I don't know. It'll be soon. And the e-copy is actually, it's available right now, actually. So yeah. So, but you'll have to get it through me. It's not on Amazon. So just contact me for it. And the ebook is $3.99, and the print, which is soft cover, is $19.99. Plus, I guess, shipping and handling. Somehow I get it to you. But I promise I will sign it. I will endorse it a little bit and sign it. So if you want a print copy, let me know as soon as you possibly can, and I'll get you on the list, and I will get a copy out to you. I am really excited. I am really excited. This was such a cool project. I co-authored a little bit, 3 other books, and I mean, they were just little, like 150 words. I think one of them was a little more than that, but it was just to get my feet wet. But this one was a whole chapter on my own. So, okay, I will, Ellen. That's awesome. Thank you so much. Did you want the print copy or the e-copy? Just let me know. And I'll get that out to you as soon as it's available. I can hardly wait. This one I'm really excited about. The other ones I was like kind of okay about, but this one I'm really excited about. So there are only 10 of us, and we had 3,500 words each. All right, print it will be. Okay. Thank you very much, Ellen. I appreciate that. And there'll be an email going out anyway, probably today or tomorrow, explaining everything as well. Yeah. Anyway, until next week, I hope you have a wonderful week. And Ellen, it's been so good to talk with you on here. And we'll see you soon. And please get well. Get well quick. I will pray for that. All right. Take care. Bye-bye.